Easter Monday in Baltinglass, County Wicklow for the Leinster 2025 A minor final. And you can see the Kildare girls out there at the minute warming up for this game. They have won the last three, or at least some of the girls were maybe involved in the panel last year, and then previous teams before that they've won 3 in a row, so they're going for 4 in a row, which is quite an unbelievable achievement by the group, and it's filtering through to the senior team. And of course Leinster now have a senior football championship with Kildare very much a part of it. This Sunday they will be playing Dublin. Now, a few of the girls I'm sure will be in the reckoning from maybe the first year that they won the minors, so it is coming through. It's good days for Kildare, but never mind the future. They just want to win this today and make it 4 in a row. So they're out there in the middle, or rather over to the left. Their captain's over to the middle, and that is Tara Rafferty. She is now walking towards the referee to have the toss and decide what way they're playing, and that could be significant because there is a pretty strong wind going from left to right, and the sun is also over to the left, so tricky one if you're playing into the wind in the first half, especially for the defenders and the goalkeeper with the sun in your eyes, and also a breeze there, so that could be significant indeed. So the captain is Tara Rafferty. She's from Maynooth. Her late grandfather Paddy was a Dub, but she thinks that he'd be supporting her today and always has supported her. And the other captain for Dublin then is Charlie Murphy from Ballyboden St Enda's, and she is now coming over and into the picture now, as you see, coming over to meet the officials. Barry Redmond is there, and the referee is Jonathan Murphy, who refereed last year's All-Ireland TG Cahir senior football final. So the main man is in the middle for this game. He was last year in Croke Park, and he's here today in Baltinglass for this final. Your comments are welcome. We have a free live stream on both the Leinster LGFA Facebook and the Leinster LGFA YouTube, so you have a choice on which of those you want to watch it on, and you can leave comments on either of those as well. There is a pretty strong breeze, which I'm just seeing is moving my notes a little bit, so left to right, and as I say, the sun will be in the eyes. 2 more finals to come, the B and C finals, and they will be streamed as well this Saturday. But today it's all about this one, the A final. And did I mention the other officials? I didn't. Lynn Kearney from Wicklow is on the line, and Kiva McGuinness from Kilkenny is on the other line. And may as well mention the umpires as well, and that's Joe Fox, Evelyn O'Brien, Shay Hayes and Joe O'Neill. And the Leinster GA officials have been here for a couple of hours organising the whole thing, and there's a big crowd in the stand in front of us. You won't see too many of them in the shots because they're right in front of us, but I can tell you the stand is packed, as you see there now, with some of the shots in the dark here. They are shielded from the sun at this venue, but beautiful venue, as you can see, with the mountains in the background in Wicklow. Just coming across there now, and we are almost set for the start, so probably a good time to give you the teams. And we'll be starting with the Dublin team. Kaylia Behan, 16-year-old in goals, and that's a theme. There's quite a few 16-year-olds. I think that's partly because Dublin won the under-16 Leinster Championship last year. They have Katie Hayes, 17-year-old at number 2 from Coola. 3 is Tara Walsh from Kilmacud Crooks. 4, Abby Pollock from Thomas Davis. Ciara Sheedy is at 5 from Fingalians. 6, Hannah Murphy, St Vincent's. 7, Kiva O'Donovan, also from Thomas Davis, and she's 16 as well. Number 8, Sophie McDonald, another 16-year-old from Naomh Mearnogue, same as the goalkeeper. And 9 is Leela Tully from Round Towers in Lusk. 10 is Molly Burke, yes, another 16-year-old from St Bridget's. And as a change, Nia Mooney does not start. Instead, 23 is in, that's Leisha Murta from St Maur's. And 12 is the captain, as I said, Charlie Murphy. 13, Ellie Reen, another 16-year-old from Naomh Mearnogue. And 14 is Zara Flood from Thomas Davis. And 15 is Gemma Connolly. Let's move on then to Kildare. And in goals for Kildare, they have Ava McKeown. She was Player of the Year in 2023 at under 16 level. Number 2 is Maisie Malloy from Kill. 3 is Anya McNally from Rathcoffey. 4, Casey Noon from Maynooth. Amy O'Brien is at 5 from Castle Mitchell. 6, Lucy Cullinan from Baltinglass, same as Ava McKeown, the goalkeeper. 7, Emma Earls from Lakeslip. 8 is Aisling Irhue from Sarsfields, and you might remember her from the final last year. She was player of the match when they won the Leinster Championship last year down in Bray. 9 is Anna Hines, 16-year-old, and that's their only 16-year-old from Edestown in the starting 15. So a bit of maybe a significant factor there. A very young Dublin team can make a difference at this level. We'll see as the game goes on. 10 is Leah Tyrrell from Kilcullen. 11, the captain Tara Rafferty. 12, Hannah Merrick, also from the same club, Maynooth. 13 is Kate Keeley from Selbridge. 14 is Jessica McNulty from Sarsfields. And 15 is Ruth Dillon. The teams met earlier in the campaign on the 22nd of March. Kildare 2-6, Dublin 4-13. So Dublin had a big win that day. So they are young, but they're obviously supremely talented and have won all the way up. So it'll be interesting today to see how it goes. Dublin have scored 320, 413 and 116. That's big scoring. And they've only conceded 0-6, 2-6 and 1-5. Kildare have scored 413 to 2-4. Then they lost to Dublin, and then they beat me 3-8 to 2-7, if you can read much into that. So almost ready for the anthem, and I'll just have a check to see if there's any messages coming in. Meantime, we are, as I say, on Facebook, on the Leinster Ladies Gaelic Football Association Facebook page. The referee blowing his whistle, so that's usually a sign we're about to start. He's trying to get the teams to come over, but they're still in huddles. So a few comments coming in there on the Facebook. Anne-Marie O'Mahony has given 5 blue hearts, so we know who she is supporting. And switching over to YouTube, there's a big crowd already on there now, and messages from the likes of Darren Hennessy, photographer, coming on Dublin, and David St. Germain. He says Go Kildare. He also says he's watching from Maine in the USA. So thank you for that. The applause is for the players going over to take their positions, and they're all well drilled, as you can see, and they are ready for this game, and all their relatives are here on Easter Monday, bank holiday, and what a fabulous atmosphere there is here for this occasion. There's a real buzz about it, great excitement and great weather. You couldn't really ask for any more, and we hope there's a lot of people going to be watching online as well and availing of the free service from Leinster Ladies Gaelic Football Association Executive Committee. Now, as they take positions, we'll keep an eye out to see who goes where and the various positions. If anybody switches around, I've already seen number 14 for Dublin. Zara Flood has moved out to centre half, and is that number 10 has gone into full forward, it looks like. Molly Burke for Dublin, who will be in there. We're off and running. Johnny Murphy gets us underway, and Dublin playing from left, or right to left rather, into the wind and into the sun, but they are making light of that in the first 10 seconds or so anyway, because Leila Tully is on a run and might score here, and indeed puts it over, and that took, I think, 13 seconds for this young Dublin team to make an impression. Well, there is a statement of intent if ever there was one. Now, the goalkeeper, Ava McKeown, will she go long? No, she'll go short because there was a good run here, but she has been tracked by the 23, Leisha Murta, but still gets away with the ball, and Leah Tyrrell is now on the ball. Kiva O'Donovan trying to stop her. Just looking around the pitch to see tactically what is happening, but let's follow the game for now, because number 9 Hines had it and has given it to her captain Rafferty with the bright orange boots, and she's getting her way through, but she's over carried there. She was jinking but forgot to do the solo or the bounce in time, so free out for the Dubs. So great start for Dublin. That should settle them, a point in the first 13 seconds. And they've got a turnover at the back, or rather it was an overcarrying, but you know what I mean, they got the ball back. And this is good determined play coming out of defence, and because it's over by the fence on this side with the crowd are, it'll always get a good reaction as well, more so if you imagine from the very far side. The crowd enjoying that little tussle. Charlie Murphy, the captain for Dublin, bombs it over towards the middle of the field and found Zara Flood, who, as I said, has moved out from the full forward position at the start of this game. This is Tully again, and I think that's Ciara Sheedy, who the captain Charlie was telling me is their most improved player. Sophie McDonald now. Dublin passing the ball around well, but a good hand in there from Anna Hines to block that attempt. Now it's bounced and could go anywhere, and that will be a free out, I would imagine. Indeed, it has a little push. Will he give advantage? And that was good advantage, because it would only have stopped the whole thing, and now they've got away with the ball. That's great advantage. That's great to see the play being let to go on, and that's one of those examples where it works extremely well, but the Dubs have still got back, and that's good defending. Kiva O'Donovan getting back to win that duel there for her team and now give it to her captain. So Dublin have all the answers so far, and that's a nice 1-2 as well between O'Donovan and Murphy down the left side here. Good confident start by the Dubs, and that's Sophie McDonald looking and nearly got it back. Instead it goes to Flood again, and Flood spinning round to the right hand side but forced to go back out. This is Alicia Murta from the St Maur's Club. That's a little bit astray, but she'll get there. Challenge comes in, but it's actually drawn the defence out a little bit, so Murphy has it now. Dublin pressing again, just too far out really to get a kick, especially with the breeze, which is quite strong. Tully again full of running at the start of this game and an ambitious effort, but goes to the right and wide. A really lively start to this game, as you would expect at minor level. There's a lot of enthusiasm out there. Now the goalkeeper just calming it down a little bit, waiting for a run. Erhue making a run to go short, but she's been tracked well by McDonald. So the kick has gone to the other side and it's been gobbled up for Dublin, and now it is Leisha Murta, and she's fed it through, and there could be a goal on here. It just spilled at the last minute and the goalkeeper managed to get a boot on it to get it away. Let's have a look at it again on the replay to see exactly what happened. She tried to feed it through. Oh, that was close. Molly Burke nearly getting in there for Dublin, but Dublin doing all the threatening so far. Kildare, even with the wind, have not been able to get up the field at all. Kick will be taken by the centre half back. That's Hannah Murphy from St Vincent's, the Vinnies. It's well defended and well cleared as well by Merrick. But Dublin get possession yet again, and they come forward with pace again from Murphy. Tackle comes in from Erhue, but she's still going and feeds it through. Now we could have a goal. Oh, a slash to the net, and that's a goal after only 4 minutes. They've been threatening, they've been doing all the attacking, never mind the conditions being against them. They've made light of it, and this young Dublin team are in front with a super goal. Really tenacious play from Murphy. When she left it off, you knew there was going to be a goal. 1-1 to no score. Leela Tully, or rather Hines for Kildare now on the ball. They're number 9. They need to settle themselves here, but easier said than done. Dublin very impressive. Amy O'Brien, number 5 for Kildare. They've been rocked back, Kildare, but what can they do with their captain here? They need to settle things down a little bit. This is better possession now. They've been keeping the ball here for a minute or so. This is better, but just as I say that, it nearly went over, but they will get a free. Pretty obvious push there by Hayes. That's Katie Hayes, not the Anna Hayes who is for Kildare. This is 10 for Kildare. Leah Tyrrell coming over to take it. Looks for Erhue, player of the match in the final last year. It's good play by Kate Keeley coming inside, but Dublin trying not to tackle and just forcing her to kick, and she does. It's a dangerous one for the keeper, but she did really well there considering the sun was in her eyes. That was a tricky one, but well done, Kaelia Behan from Nave Marnogue. Hannah Murphy again. What a start she has made, and it's the pace up the middle from this Dublin team. They haven't been afraid to go at it. They've taken on their opponents with great ambition in the first 5 or 6 minutes, and we watch that effort again, which the goalkeeper just picked out from underneath the crossbar. Beautifully done. Not even wearing a cap. 6 minutes gone. Dublin 4 to the good. And good confident play. They're always having support there for the player on the ball. And that's Sheedy. Having to come back out though. Kildare back in numbers. Erhue coming back to help as well. And that nearly spilled, but not quite. So Dublin over on the clubhouse side of the ground. Feed it through to Ellie Reen. Gets her kick away, but it's gone wide, and that was good defending by Kildare to keep them out. But they are having to do a lot of good defending to keep them out. Right, where's the goalkeeper going with this one? Again, very tight marking from Dublin, making it difficult. Erhue going towards it, but again, from the kick-out, Dublin are winning the all-important possession, and that is really making things difficult for Kildare in this game, and the pressure keeps coming, and it's the captain, Murphy, again feeding it through to Connolly, and now the captain, Charlie Murphy has put it into the bottom corner. 2 goals in the first 7 minutes, and that one was all about the captain, and she found the corner somehow. They were maybe expecting the far side or over the bar, but she put it low. No chance for the keeper. Brilliant goal. Well, it just shows you, never mind the age difference and the number of 16-year-olds, if you're young enough, you're good enough. Isn't that what they say? And again, another Kildare defence, another Kildare attack runs into trouble. And Dublin coping with everything. And coping very well. Good strong play again by Kiva O'Donovan, making sure she got to the ball and got her free. 8 minutes and 7 points in it already. That's good play by Flood, getting out in front again and transfers it to Murphy. They really know each other really well and they support each other, and look at the running. It is Murphy again. And back to Sheedy, the two of them combining. There was a block there though by Anya McNally, but this kick still comes in and Murphy still gets her score, and it's 8 points to the good in 8 minutes 50 seconds played. And never mind the wind, never mind the sun, never mind the opponents. Dublin are running riot, and most of it is straight up the middle on the counter attacks after they have broken down the attacks. Erhue to Rafferty, two of the senior players. What can they do to get their team going? That's well done out in front under pressure. Every Dublin defender doing their job. That is Katie Hayes sticking really close and making it difficult. Then another challenge came in, but still the kick went inside the post. And that's a great score for Kildare. Well, it had to be good because of the pressure from the defenders. And that's good determined play by Ruth Dillon, number 15 from Suncroft. And boy, did Kildare need that. And I think this is Dublin's first kick out of the game, and it's taken nearly 10 minutes despite being playing into the elements. Good long kick out, and never mind the wind. That carried all the way over. Great length on it, but it's going to be Kildare's. Murphy fouling. The referee has given advantage, so Kildare will go on. And the ball played down into the corner, but that looks too strong, and it will come back for the foul further out the pitch, so a chance for Kildare. But already they're looking a bit weary, I have to say. They've been under such pressure. David St. Germain is on again on live chat saying yes, he really is in Maine watching a family member. That's great to hear. Thank you, David. So we have at least one viewer in the United States. Bit of treatment required here for Amy O'Brien from Kildare, from the Castle Mitchell Club. And the break gives me a chance to mention the management teams for Dublin. Declan Patton is the manager, Pat Kane, Paula Jackson is the FLO, Deirdre Murphy is in there, and Amanda Donnelly and Owen Lysett is the goalkeeper coach. And for Kildare, they have Paul Gavigan, Frank Byrne, Katrina Ardiff, David Lambert, who is the manager, Fiona O'Sullivan, Rory Sullivan, Kieran Harris and Gavin Smith, the team there involved. Comes out to Tyrrell. Goes on her own and doing well on her own, but followed all the way, and a good challenge in from Hannah Murphy, the referee, right on the spot, and he let that go. Now that's going to be a free in for Kildare and a chance for them to get a score, but Erhue, as you can see, has taken a knock. You can see it again here as she went in to challenge, and that looked like a sore one. So 2 Kildare players down in the last minute or so. As I say, keep the messages coming. I'm on the live chat on YouTube, keeping an eye on comments there, and on the Leinster Ladies Gaelic Football Facebook page as well. So it's free on both of those to watch, and you can watch on either of those. That's the choice. Aoife Crowley says she's watching from the US as well. In Pittsburgh. Well, I said at least one. Now we have two. Thank you, Aoife. 3 o'clock. What time is that out there? It's probably about 10 in the morning on Easter Monday. Sure. What else would you be doing then? Watching a Leinster Minor A final from Baltinglass in County Wicklow. As another point goes over for Kildare, 2 in a row. 12 minutes, 20 gone. 2-2 plays 2. So those 2 goals now the difference between the teams. Usually you would expect the team with the wind and the sun behind them to build up a lead. Well, they're certainly building up some momentum now, Kildare. This is much better from them. And they'll just take their points if they can. Is that inside the post? It's not. But at least from a Kildare point of view, they are now finding a little bit of space. That was at a premium early on. The tight marking from Dublin, really, really impressive. That's a great boot all the way. Look how far that carried. Never mind the breeze. And they're going to get possession from it as well. That was fantastic from the goalkeeper, Behan. Flood up against Lucy Cullinan. That's been a key matchup in this game, as has this one. This is Tully for Dublin, and the support always there, and it's always at the right angle and at pace, and it might even get all the way through for another goal. She's got 1, she's got 2. 3-2 to Dublin, and they cut through there superbly. And it was Molly Burke, the 16-year-old from St. Bridget's, and I think that's her second goal of the game. She's always available in there with a deadly left foot. Just as Kildare were working their way back into it. And Kildare already are looking at a substitution, and we haven't even played 14 minutes. They have to do something to counter. Free for Dublin. Kildare looking to bring on Aoibhinn Birchall. Number 20 lined up to come in, and she's quite tall. Maybe they're looking to win some balls around the middle from the kickouts, because the kickouts have been killing Kildare. Dublin have been winning them at both ends. There's another point. I think that was Burke again. Here comes Birchall. Number 20 for Kildare coming in. And the management from Kildare realising they have to do something. Now, what number is that coming off? 3, I think. Kildare fullback, I think, or is it 5? Yeah, it's 5, I think. So that would be Amy O'Brien. And that kick out has gone over the line, and Kildare, as I say, not winning kickouts at either end. It's played in by Gemma Connolly. She's from the Fingalians club, as is Ciara Sheedy. This is Connolly again. And that's Sheedy again. The two Fingalian girls connecting, and this is Flood. Oh, looked like it was going to ripple into the corner of the net, but it went wide. But another flowing, incisive move. Just a quarter of the game gone, and already Dublin well in command. They lead 12-2, 10 in it. Erhue now for Kildare. And boy, do the Lily Whites really need her to step up and show a bit of leadership, and that's what she's done. And Leah Turrell has been excellent so far. She's not afraid to take them on, and this could be a score. Is it just inside the post? It is. That's more like it from Kildare. Just the 2 players, but good incisive play, but it's more individual effort. It's only 2 players involved there, whereas Dublin, every time they go forward, they have 3, 4, 5 players, and they get it all the way through to goal. Now let's look at this kick out again. The kickouts have, as I say, been so good. Are they going to win another one? And they do, easily. Brilliant kick out to find Katie Hayes, the 17-year-old from Kula. And that's better from Kildare. Good tenacity from Ruth Dillon to win the ball back. Kildare getting plenty of the ball and showing good spirit at times, but Dublin have just hit them with those sucker punches. Brilliant attacking, flowing play. And Kildare, when they go forward, as you can see, it's just not happening the same way. This is the substitute, Birchall, trying to bring some new energy to the game and gives Dublin something else to think about. That is better. Now can they get through? This is brilliant play by the number 14, McNulty, and it breaks down. They will get a free in, but a foul there prevented them from getting a shot on goal, whereas at the other end, Dublin have been getting their shots away rather easily. They've always seemed to have an extra player that was so close. And you'll see this challenge here from a minute ago as well, where Kildare showing great heart and coming back to win the ball back from Dublin. Now, you'd imagine a rerun all along the side here could have maybe created a goal chance, but nobody thinking about it. Instead, they take their point, and that'll do for now. 3-3 plays 3. 9 points. You'd imagine in most games that could be a match-winning lead already, but at minor level, you never know. Looking for a ball because that has gone over the fence at the back. Nicola Murphy has messaged as well on YouTube, watching from Kerry. Go Hannah, up the Dubs. That's Hannah Murphy. And Katie Merrick, come on Kildare, from Sydney, Australia. Now we have a worldwide audience. Thank you for those messages. Now the kick out, she's got a great dig on her, hasn't she? And it's so accurate. Well, Kildare, they're pressing, but it's not effective at all. Dublin getting away far too easily every single time. Erhue has won it back, or at least it's won back, and she claims it, but then runs into trouble. Great pressure again from all of the Dublin players, tackling in packs, and that one's going to go over the top. And again, the ball into the forwards isn't great. Dublin have been hand passing it with support play off the shoulder, whereas Kildare have been kicking it in, and it's just gone over the forwards. It hasn't been good enough, hasn't been accurate enough, hasn't given the forwards enough chance. And that's why Dublin keep coming back at them. I think that's Casey Noon, number 4, involved. And this is better from Kildare. Oh, lovely little dummy from the midfielder. I think that was Anna Hines. This is better, more inventive. But again, she's looking to take her point. But where is the support? Now, she's going to get a free if she needs it. But does she need it? She does. Anya Pollux is saying that she's watching from Gran Canaria. Just rub it in now. You're in your holidays out there, Easter holidays, and why not? But we have beautiful sunny weather here today. Probably not quite as warm as where you are. I hope you're enjoying the coverage. As another point goes over for Kildare. Anya says, go Abby Pollock. That's the number 4 rather for Dublin from Thomas Davis. That's from Anya Pollock. And Jason Whelan says, come on Kildare. So thanks for those messages coming in. Now this kick out might, for a change, be won by Kildare, will it? Well, 2 of them go for it, and indeed it's a free in. So they've won 1, but they did have 2 on 1, so you'd expect that they would have. They really need to get a grip on the kickouts, and the referee is ticking as well, and that's one, I think, against the Dublin captain. Oh, and that one's gone astray again. The ball just from the Kildare players, a little bit ambitious, a little bit loose, too difficult for the player. Really had bounced in front, and they were under pressure. There's Dublin, as you see now on the counter. Great carrying of the ball forward and then released at the right moment. And Sheedy running into bother, might still get it back, but no, she doesn't. I think that's Noon maybe, is it the number 4? But Dublin do get it back. Now, is there another score? Taken left-footed. That's a good effort. In fact, it's a brilliant effort. Really, really good score by Ellie Reen, the 16-year-old from Naomh Marnogue out in Portmarnock. Brilliant score. Looked to have broken down a couple of times, but they kept going. 3-4 to 5 now. That's 7 scores to 5. But 3 have been goals. Erhue comes short. That's better. Now they're winning a few kickouts, Kildare. So crucial in the game. And that was brilliant from her. And great play, but well tracked by Leela Tully, who did really well. Here comes the number 10, Turrell, though. She needs help and is going to leave it off. It's been more, as I say, individual efforts. How many times have we seen Turrell taking on the whole defence on her own? But they need to share it around. And look, the Dublin players all sitting in there. And then you find a kick pass, which again was quite ambitious. It worked on this occasion. Dillon coming inside, but runs into a forest of sky blue jerseys and goes all the way across. Dublin being very disciplined, and then they get the challenge in and they win it back. They really have Kildare's number, but that has bounced nicely. And there was half a goal chance there. She's driven it over the bar, but Dublin have been more clinical with their chances at the other end. And that score was from Kate Keeley from Selbridge. 3-4 to 6, now 7 scores to 6. Kick out extremely high again on the break. It is Emma Earls from League Slip This is the substitute coming in. Oh, she's blowing for overcarrying. I saw what was happening there. A little bit harsh, maybe. And she just realised at the last moment and got a bounce in. Was just a fraction too late. Good kick out and well out in front there, Ellie Reen. Got that good left foot that we saw putting over that point a minute ago. And now carrying the ball extremely well. And see the good selection. She didn't kick pass it. She hand passed it and made it easy for her teammate Connolly. It's been a big difference in this game. And look at that for a kick pass. Absolutely super. And they've worked it in behind again. Is she going for a hat-trick already in the first half? Oh, I don't believe it. That is magnificent from Molly Burke. Wow. 4 goals for Dublin. The girl from Sir Bridget, 16 years old. And what an impression she has made. And already Dublin looking to be favourites to win this cup. Devastating on the counter. 4-4 plays Sixon. Kildare doing their best and getting their scores, but Dublin so lethal. Erhue coming short again to get possession. She knows that she needs to get it, but immediately the support isn't really there and the pressure is really there from the Dublin players. Maybe it'll open up a little bit as the game goes on, but goals win games and they've really killed Kildare so far. But can Kildare get one of their own? Again, where is the support? There's no real design to the attack. It's all individual efforts and then it goes astray and Dublin gobble it up. That has been the story so far. Will you see the way Dublin transition here? She knows she's got a player out to her right. That's good from Abby Pollock and uses Louise Murta. And again, the interplay, the linking, absolutely superb. And Flood just waiting for it, and they've always, it seems, got a player over. And in the middle, Connolly is standing there on the edge of the square waiting for it. It's not going to come there just yet, but instead they'll come over to this side. More inventive with their attacking player, and the kick is a tricky one for the keeper to watch. She does well. That's McKeown under a bit of pressure and gets it to McNally, the fullback from Rathcoffey. Now they're trying to bring it out themselves, but again, look at the pressure right there from the Dublin players in their face all of the time. This is the sub Birchall. That's good from her, and she gives it to Turrell, and off she goes. But look at the pressure from O'Donovan right on her shoulder. She needs support. Support comes from her captain. Now she feeds it to Birchall, and she might have a run here. Can they work it through for goal? They really need a goal here, and it's the number 13 Keeley, but held up. Superb defending once again. Absolutely superb. No fouling, just in the right place and just forcing the error. And on the break, they find their players so well. Good kick pass, low, making it tricky for the defender. And Reen able to pick it up. And look at the way they put the ball around, and look at the space they have over on this side for Charlie Murphy. They drag Kildare all over the field. And they're at it again. And they're going directly for goal. The pace from Connolly. She just sped away and she might get another goal. Oh, how did that not go in? They will get a free in. Might even be a penalty. I think it's a free in. And we consider they missed that one and they missed another one like that. They've had 4 goals. They could have had 6. On the live chat, Carol Kelly says, up the Dubs. And they certainly are on the up in this game so far. And they're in no particular rush to take this. They don't need to be. Kathleen Reardon says up the Dubs as well. That's on the Facebook chat. And there goes a point from Gemma Connolly after 26 minutes to make it 4-5 to 6 points. Real daylight between the teams. And remember, if there's a breeze, and there is, Dublin are playing into it. Every player from Dublin pressing and making it so difficult for every Kildare player, so they end up having to kick it randomly. Now that has worked nicely for them, and they do have a player over. Can they do what Dublin did at the other side? And instead they go for their point, and it goes wide. You can sense the disappointment among the Kildare fans. They've been shell-shocked in this first half. Now that kick out again finds a Dublin player far too easily from a Kildare point of view. So maybe we should read something into the earlier game in the group stages, which Dublin won 4-13 to 2-6. They've already got 4-5 on the board today. Tyrrell, always willing to run as directly as she can. Hands it to Anna Hines from Aidstown, but it breaks down again. And not only does it break down, but Dublin players already speeding forward. You see Hannah Murphy there going out of shot as she sped up the middle. Burke goes for it. It's one back for Kildare. But the excitement in the crowd has died a little bit. Dublin have killed that with this dominant performance in the first half. And there is a ball from Birchall. It's high and it's hopeful. Might get a score out of it from Rafferty, but it's gone to the right and it's gone wide. And again, the contrast in the attacks. You don't see Dublin booting the ball forward, and they're not even really going for their points. They're going for the jugular every time, and they've been getting it. This is Jessica McNulty for Kildare, who have won the kick out, but they need to make the most of it. They're just running into trouble every time and just feeding the ball from side to side. And a brilliant block coming in from the Dublin player and a tug on the jersey. And that little cameo has kind of summed up the first half, hasn't it? Kiva O'Donovan, one of the players of the half, only 16 years old, the number 7 from Thomas Davis for Dublin, has been outstanding. It all comes from the work rate and the disciplined player winning each battle. A little bit unfortunate there for Flood, also from Thomas Davis. Kildare anxious with Lucy Cullinan to get forward, and the ball bombed down into the corner, but look at the pressure again from the defender. Ruth Dillon does well despite that. Tyrrell now, little 1-2 between those two, and she's available again, Tyrrell, and again they drill over a point, and they have done that quite nicely at times, but they just haven't had that goal threat enough. Maybe it'll be different in the second half. Now the lines person has her flag up. There's another sub going in, and it's for Kildare just before half time, and 17 has gone in for them, and that's Amy Cullen. And I think it's maybe 4 that's gone off, which would be Noon. So 2 changes in the first half for Kildare. That tells its story. And obviously Cullen from St. Lawrence's has been sent in to do a particular job because the Dublin forwards have run riot. You wonder, is it already too late? Look at that defending again. 2 of them in there and they won it back. That was Leela Tully and Hannah Murphy doubling up effectively. And you wonder also, maybe should Kildare think about a sweeper in there? They haven't had it. That's where the extra players come from all the time for Dublin. They've forced that every time and they've got goals from it. But maybe they're just not used to playing that way or don't want to play that way, but they've been killed every time because Dublin have passed it around like this, and they're going for goal again, and desperate defending. And it was the cornerback Maisie Malloy who got a brilliant block in there. It is desperate at times, and they forced it wide. That's better from Kildare. In added time at the end of the first half, you see the block there again coming in. 2 or 3 of them diving on it. Referee looks at his watch. There won't be much longer play, I would imagine. Hannah Merrick gets it for May. I was going to say Maynooth. She's from Maynooth, but it's for Kildare. This is Hines for the Lily Whites. I'm looking up ahead to see where she can go. They'll have to feed it through. This is Rafferty to Birchall. Again, the tackle comes in, and the referee says play on again. They just steal it back. So many times they've picked the pocket, and then they have the pace and the energy and the direct play to go right at the heart of the defence, and it's 1-1 back there, and Kildare don't have an extra player back there, and the shot comes in. That's fantastic. Leela Tully from Round Towers and Lusk. The turnover, the break, the finish, that's been the story of the first half. They have been exceptional. I heard they were good, didn't know they were this good. 4-6, that's 18 already, an 11-point game. They look for Erhue, and the bounce takes it over her head, and Dublin again. Look at every time, every player turns immediately with pace to go at the Kildare defence. Hines now for Kildare, being followed by Murtagh. Again, a long run by one player, but every other player has been so closely marked. Dublin defenders doing their jobs so well. And they also have 2 or 3 extra players in there. Charlie Murphy's in there on the edge of the square. They're going to stop goals anyway and let Kildare have points if they like, and they get one through Urhu right at the end of the first half, their 7th point, but not even a sniff of a goal. I think that should be just about it at the end of the first half. When she kicks it out, I would imagine. No? Yes, that's it. Johnny Murphy blows his whistle. Well, Kildare's dreams of a 4 in a row looks to be in serious, grave danger, because Dublin have been outstanding in that first half. 4 terrific goals, and all pretty similar goals as well. The way they've taken them has been so impressive. We hope you've enjoyed the first half coverage in the sunshine here in County Wicklow. We'll just finish with a couple of comments. Alan Earls says, good luck and come on to Emma. That's Emma Earls, who is involved at number 7 for Kildare. And Brendan Galvin is enjoying the coverage from Sneem Seaweed Baths in South Kerry, cheering on Molly Burke. What a player Molly is. You must be very, very impressed with that first half, along with the rest of us. Very impressed with Molly and very impressed with the entire team. I make it 3 goals that she scored. Let me just check the Facebook comments as well. Linda Harbron says, super play from the Dublin ladies. Yep, that sums it up. We'll be back when the players come back for the second half in about 7 or 8 minutes' time. keep the focus, keep the concentration. That's the message at half-time for the Dubs, and she's only talking to half them. That's the defensive unit, and how impressive have they been? They have been the foundation, the rock of this Dublin success so far. The beautiful finishing at the other end wouldn't be possible without all of their good work. And talking about the beautiful finishing, 3 goals in the first half for Molly Burke and 1 for the captain, Charlie Murphy. Brilliant finishing. This is the one from the captain. That's her turning inside now and bang. That is Murphy's goal. And then you'll see 2 more for Burke from the St. Bridget's club. Only 16 years old. What a player, what a finisher. So that's 2. And let's see the ball from Connolly played in. And look, she's always waiting for it and then twisting and turning. She knows where the net is. So that's the scene at half-time. We're still waiting for Kildare to come out. No sign of them yet. So I'll go to your comments on the live chat on YouTube. Anne-Marie Moore says, come on Kildare, go Kit. And as you can hear, the Kildare players making their way out now for the second half. On Facebook, let me check there as well to see what's happening there. And I'm actually just trying to remove a few scammers from there. Sharon Noon says, up the Dubs. I take it you're related. No, you're not. There's a Noon, but it's on the other team, Kildare. And Janice Kiernan Enright says, up the Dubs. So as I say, just removing some of those scammers from there. Removed now. So the game available free to watch for you on Easter Monday afternoon from Baltinglass in County Wicklow. It's the Leinster Minor A final. The B and C finals are on Saturday. They will be live streamed as well. And on Sunday, the coverage continues because Kildare against Dublin from Newbridge, St. Conlas in Division, or rather not Division 1, Kildare are in Division 1, but also the Leinster Senior Football Championship, TG Cahir Championship. That's on Sunday. We will be live streaming that one as well for you. What a service from Leinster Ladies Gaelic Football as Erhue picks that one out of the sky at the start of the second half and turned as if she was going to go the wrong way and then thought, oh, no, we're playing the other way now. Caught it beautifully. Maybe she surprised herself by getting that, but Kildare get the possession right at the start. And if you remember, Dublin right at the start had a point after 13 seconds. That set the tone. Can Kildare do something similar at the start of the second half? The Dublin defenders for once have all bunched through the ball, and now a substitute has come in looking for goal, puts it wide. Boy, did they need that to go in. That would have made it really interesting. That was Amy Terrell, and she just dragged her shot wide, and 2 defenders came in, and referee said no foul. And the kick out, as it did many times in the first half, has found a Dublin player. It has found Sheedy. So we have 2 Tyrrells out there now for Kildare. Amy Tyrrell is out there and Leah Tyrrell is number 10. Don't know who went off at half time, but we will try to get that for you. This is Tully, who had a terrific first half. Reen, he also had a great first half. Good left foot. Sheedy. Flood full of running, but that was Merrick getting a hand to it, but still they come, and it's Sheedy. She's had a terrific year, really improved. She's worked so hard this year and has had a great game. This is Flood trying to get in along the line, persisting, waiting for support, doesn't come. And 4 players trying to get it off her, and finally they force a turnover. Erhue is going to get this one and just keep it in. But what are the options ahead? Turns inside, has to keep possession. And she does well to get it to Emma Earls. Earls has Tyrrell behind, but she's going on her own. Dublin do have a +1 in there all the time, sometimes a +2, and they really guard the house in there a lot better than Kildare did in the first half. This is Rafferty, and it's meant that they've been forced to give shots like that or just take points. So that's 2 attacks in the second half and no scores from them for Kildare. They need something to change, and they need it to change quickly. This is Tully. That's Murta. And it is a Kildare ball. Amy Tyrrell, number 7, or Amy Cullen, that is, rather, 17. Another change for Kildare at half-time. I'm just picking up. So Amy Cullen and Amy Turrell. 2 Amy's have come on for Kildare. That's 4 changes at least from the start of the game. That's Turrell. And again, I'm just looking at the strategy, and you can see the number 5 for Dublin, Sheedy, just going into the hole in there. And now another player has gone into the hole, and they're just guarding that whole area, and there's no way through the goal at all. Hines now for Kildare. And this is Turrell. Amy Turrell, number 14, who had that snapshot a few minutes ago. And again, the pressure on the ball, and the referee says no foul. And again, Dublin have come away with it. And now it's Kildare chasing shadows because Murphy is away and running and possibly fouled. No, she keeps going. And she finds her teammate. It's Burke again, going for a score, but it's gone to the left and it's gone wide. So 4 minutes played. And it's a 10-point game. Now the kick-out's so important in the first half. McKeown now. Let's see what happens here. Dublin marking really close, getting all their individual battles, the matchups. But that one was a good run. Tracked in the end, but Merrick got away that time. That was unusual. But then the boot forward, and again the ball is lost. They don't just link up the same way as Dublin do when they come forward. They make sure, as you see here. Katie Hayes from Kula, number 2, doing really well. They combine so well in little groups around the pitch, whether it's players in 2 or 3s. But it seems to be just more individual for Kildare. A frantic start to the second half as Kildare tried desperately to change something here. Not happening so far, but they are trying extremely hard. Erhue might pick that one up. She does. Anna Hines now for Kildare. Feeds it to Birchall. Can they get a score on again? The pass not accurate. And the +1 coming across and doing her job extremely well. And look at Murta in loads of space, and it's 1 against 1 everywhere at the back. Again, Kildare don't have the insurance player in there, but it's broken down anyway. And look at the tackling from the front by Connolly to try and stop Kildare coming out, and there she comes again. Now she's fouled this time, but you see the pressure she applied on the player on the ball, and that's happened all over the pitch. Now, what can Kildare do? You see, she gets past her player, but then there's a +1 in there. Now, she does get past her. She's through. There's a goal chance here from distance. And that was a bit ambitious from there. It looked like it might get over the keeper, but the tall goalkeeper was able to pluck that one out rather easily, and that's going to run all the way forward to Murda. So, Kildare trying their level best. That's at least 3 attacks, and 2 of them they've a half a side of goal, but they're just not clinical. No goals yet for Kildare. Dublin carry that threat. 4 goals in the first half. This is Connolly. What a bundle of energy she is. She just keeps going and going and gets fouled in the end. Terrific play by the girl from Fingallians, taking on the defence on her own. Great dynamism and great tenacity and direct play. She's okay, she's on her feet. Dublin looking at bringing on a sub. It'll be Kirsten Mooney, another from the Fingallians club. And here she comes onto the field. And as you can see, she is coming in place of Ciara Sheedy, I think it is. Yep, Fingallians for Fingallians. A Fingallian for a Fingallian. Connolly takes it herself. 4-7. 11-point lead again. Kick out is a good one. A good run to the side by Lucy Cullinan if she can keep it in, and she does. But again, when the Kildare player gets the ball, she's very much on her own and has to make up room. This is better from Kildare, linking up, and they always try to get it to this player, Turrell. She is dynamic, but look at the challenges coming in, and again, no fouls. 1-2 players getting in, but this is better. And now it's Erhu trying to burst her way through. They need something here. Oh, and it's gone tamely to the right. They will get a free, but again, they just can't get through for goal. Partly because of the pressure and partly because they're just shooting a little bit ambitiously, shall we say. Pat Cod says on the live chat, great to see, delighted to see Lily Tully representing Round Towers Lusk so well. One of the smaller clubs in Dublin. Now that's high. Looks like going to the left. Is it over the bar? Yeah, it's well to the left. And Kildare remain on 8 points. A lot of energy expended by them in the second half, but no reward. Tracy Byrne on Facebook says, go on Charlie Murphy. That's the captain. She's had a great game. And there's storming down the right, as you see on the bottom of the screen. But it's Dublin, and that's a sub who's come in helping. And now Connolly! And I was expecting another goal there. You see how direct they are. They get it to the right player, and the player takes the right option at the right time. But the goalkeeper did well, but they've given it away, and this is Connolly. Feeds it to Flood. And this time they'll just take their point. And they do. And it becomes a 4-goal game. And I think it was... Not sure actually who got the point. I was looking at something else, but it was a point for Dublin anyway. 4-8 plays 8. Again from the kick out, that's good running. Kildare have got that right in the second half. They've got their possession with Hines. Again, it's a kick pass. Oh, and look at that strong defending in there, but brilliant play by Ruth Dillon to get out in front. And despite the close attention of Abby Pollock, she got away. And that's the first real sight of goal they've had, and it goes over. But again, they needed that to go under. But much, much better from the goalkeeper all the way up for Kildare to get that score. If they can translate one or two of those into goals, we might have a close finish. But at the minute, it doesn't look like it. Kildare bringing on another substitute, 21, Cassie Mallon coming in. And Cassie is from 2 Mile House. And I think she's in for Leah Turrell, who had a great game. She's tried her very, very best, but they just need a change. Kildare. Strange day, beautiful sunshine, but away in the distance I'm looking at the mountains covered with rain. Hope it doesn't come over here, though we do have a dark cloud over the Dublin goals where Kildare are aiming for. Now they need a goal here, and it's easily pawed away by Kaylee O'Behan from Niamh Murnogue. Again, another sight of goal. That's about 3 half sights of goal at least that Kildare have had in the second half, but you couldn't say that any of them really got close to threatening enough. Even that one, it was rather easy for the goalkeeper. Good tracking back by Tully, or tracking forward rather by Tully, but it was well defended by Amy Cullen for Kildare. Connolly, what a game she has had. She'll be in the running for player of the match, don't you think? I'm sure you'll have your own ideas about that. A lot of heroes out there for Dublin today. Hannah Murphy's been brilliant at centre half back. Tully, Sheedy, Burke, of course, with the 3 goals. How can you go past that? But it's the work that's been done out the field. She's applied the finish. Flood has been fantastic as well, and so is the captain, Murphy. So sadly, in one respect, not for Dublin, but for the game, for the occasion, it's gone a little bit subdued, and the rain is now coming down as well. Wouldn't be surprised if we had a rainbow, the way the weather has been. Let me check on the Facebook on your comments on there to see what's new, if anything. Fizz has gone out of it a little bit. Kildare trying so hard in the second half, but it just ain't happening, and that's all credit to Dublin. Rain now coming down very heavily. I didn't think it would come across that quickly, but it has, and that's tricky for the players. Kildare trying to come out with the ball, but look at the pressure exerted once again. That is magnificent. If you're a defender or a manager with Dublin, you want to see your forwards battling like Ellie Reen just did from Niamh Murnogue. You have Marnock. I keep getting that pronunciation a little bit different because we do our vowels a little bit different in the north. And that one booted again over the stand this time, and it was the pressure from the Dublin player that was exerted that forced the error. And that time it was Hannah Murphy from the Vinnies, St. Vincent's. Unpleasant out there now for the players with the rain, and indeed the stand is now filling up. I can see and hear a lot of people alongside me coming in out of the rain. Dublin going looking for another goal, and she's in behind it as Flood, and she'll just take her point. 2 challenges getting in there to try to stop her, but they couldn't, and they pick off their point. It's another score for Dublin, and now they're going to bring on number 17 for Dublin, and that is Rebecca McAvoy, and she is from Kula. Comes in for Flood, who gets a big hug, deservedly so. And she just got the last point. Might affect the player of the match award though, will it, if she comes off? Looks like Kildare might have to make a change. So what are your contenders, do you think, for a player of the match? We may as well do that at this point. 16 minutes to go, I know, but who do you think so far should be named a player of the match at the end? Let me hear what you think. Just checking again on the live stream. Big crowd watching the game on there. And that's sad to see. The Kildare girl having to come off in the final, and it was her bravery, her courage, trying to prevent a score that I think caused out. Sub coming in is number 18 for Kildare. They have a lot of subs on out there now. 18 is Jane Power from Selbridge. As we watch the kick out be picked up rather easily. And now this is Merrick, driven down into the corner. Brilliantly played by the substitute, number 24. It's Tyrrell as well. Now 21, another sub. That's Mallon. Can they do something different? Look at the Dublin players. So disciplined. They all know exactly where to be, and they're all trying so hard not to foul. The hand in and in, the hands away. Kildare trying and trying, but nobody getting free. You know the way Dublin's goals all came from the extra player in behind. It's just not happening. Dublin have it all tightened up in there, and look who's closest to the goalkeeper and coming now to make a challenge. It's the captain Murphy, but Erhue is still in there and couldn't get her shot away because, again, of the disciplined defending. Well, we've heard about this Dublin team coming on the way up and winning all the way up, including last year's under-16 Leinster Championship, and now you can definitely see why they're destined for big things. That one driven across, but more on hope than anything else, and plucked out of the sky and taken, although Kildare might still get through here. They're still huffing and puffing and getting a score. It was the captain. We're into the last quarter. And there's 11 points in it and no real sign of that gap closing. Oh, they go short. And on the spill, I thought maybe I'd spoken too soon. Maybe there might have been a chance, but no. I think it was Murphy who recovered well. Or no, it wasn't Murphy actually, but she did recover, whoever it was. And now Dublin going at the other end. It all seems a little bit of a formality at the minute, the way things are going. Lots of room in the middle of the pitch, all the players at one end, and that kick is going to go to the right and wide, and that's not like Dublin. But yeah, the energy has gone out of it. The players' energy sapped by the rain and by the opposition. Where's this kick out going to go from McKeown? Picking out her players a lot easier than she did in the first half. And now it's Erhue and loads of room. This hasn't happened before, but Dublin do have plenty of players back, and Erhue not able to go through the middle. This is Dillon. She's been threatening on occasions and very good on the ball, but having to do it all herself and shoot from distance. And she does that extremely well to get a score. But again, No way through to goal, and when they get a way through, they haven't been deadly enough. 12 minutes to go. The kick out is a good one, very easily picked up by Tara Walsh, the number 3, who's had a good game from Kilmacud Crooks. They've all had good games, and that was well in by Maisie Malloy from the Kill Club for Kildare. She stuck to her task, even though she has had a handful there to deal with in Ellie Reen. And there is Reen again, getting stuck in. How did she win that ball? She had no right to win that one, but she did. Molly Burke gives it to her captain over on the far side. Crowd very subdued. They were screaming in the first half, but Dublin have really quietened that. Burke lays it off. She scored 3. Now she's trying to be the provider, and the shot from Murtagh could have been in the net, you know, but they've got their point. .410 plays 11-point game again. Second half's kind of been tit for tat, point for point, no goals. It's just meant that Kildare haven't been able to close the gap. Urhu has done her best, but faced up by Sophie McDonnell. This is Amy Tyrrell, and it just goes beyond the intended target, and Dublin will sweep that one up. It's Abby Pollock, the number 4, doing well, and then the kick pass is a really good one, and it finds Rebecca McAvoy, the sub. Quickly laid off to Tully. A little bit unlucky to lose possession there. Maybe the ball's gone a bit slippy. Now, what can Kildare do on the break? Dublin, would you believe, have 2 extra players back there, so making it so difficult for the counter to yield a goal. Instead, Ruth Dillon is having to twist and turn and do it all herself, and she's faced up by 3-4 blue jerseys and just runs into a wall. There's nowhere to go. Rafferty tries her best, but she's faced up, and that's what happens in the end. And again, Dublin letting the ball do the work. Doesn't get there though. Birchall, the number 20. Turrell, the number 24. But again, they run into trouble. Oh, and that's brilliantly taken by Reen. Off she goes again. She has tormented the Kildare defence today, and she's through, and she might get a goal. I'd say she'd leave it off. No, she goes herself, and it's saved twice by McKeown. And she gets a generous round of applause for that. Still no goals in the second half, but could have been 2 or 3 at either end. Another sub coming in, and it's Dublin this time, and it's Katarina Almeida from Skull y Connell. Katarina, number 19, comes in for Lily Tully. And Tully gets a big hug. What a game she has had from Round Towers in Lusk. Nearly into the last 8 minutes then. This is Hines, the only 16-year-old in the starting lineup for Kildare, whereas Dublin started with 5, a third of their team. Is there something special now from Kildare? As you see in the shot, Dublin are guarding the house. Murphy again is back there, the captain. She's the closest player to the goalkeeper. And now Tara Walsh is free as well, and she comes across. So if Kildare get through the first 2 or 3 players blocking their way, there's another couple waiting for them. Look at that, the blue jersey, so many of them, forcing the kick from distance and forcing it wide. On Facebook, Rushing Boyce Macklem says, come on the Dubs, Charlie Murphy playing Brill. That's for sure. No contenders coming in yet for player of the match, though. Leave a comment there if you can on the live chat or Facebook and let me know who you think. We're getting to that stage now. Kick out won by Kildare. This is Cassie Mallon. The midfielder Hines. This girl came on at half time, Amy Turrell. She had that chance a couple of minutes in. She's trying now her level best to make a run at goal. She is fouled. But again, no way through. The rain has stopped. 6.5 to go. Rafferty. The wind seems to have died as well, and she was able to put that over and get her team's 12th point of the game. Kick out from Behan. Bombs it up the middle. Erhue gets it on the break for Kildare. She certainly won't give up. Remember, player of the match in this final last year. Almeida putting serious pressure on her. But still Kildare try. Rafferty. And this is better. Number 20 is Birchall, who came on in the first half, might just take her point. And that's a super point and beautifully taken. It's a deserved round of applause. But again, they just needed to be worked in. A bit of support there. And he needed a little bit of dynamism, I guess. But it's hard at this time of the game. They're all very tired. Needed somebody to try and make a run through and go for goal. And goals have been the difference. Murphy. Now, I think she was going for a point there. The game really has just died a little bit. And that will suit Dublin perfectly well. This is McNally coming out with it for Kildare. The sub number 18 is Jane Power. To another sub, 21, Mallon. She plays it in, and that's a good ball, but still lots of blue jerseys in there, whether they kick pass or hand pass. And again, the tackling is not deemed to be illegal, and the pressure is serious. Forces them back all of the time, or sideways. That's exactly what they do. This is Merrick. Oh, and it might slip from her grasp, and it does. And when the Dublin defenders sniff a chance to get in, they get in. She does brilliantly. But well won back. Girls on both sides doing their level best. Great battle out there between them. That was super work by Kirsten Mooney for Dublin, and by the number 20 on the other side, Birchall. Away comes Murphy. Can Dublin finish the job then? 4 minutes to go. They don't need another score, but it would be appropriate if the captain added it, and that's beautiful play by her, and off the post. Very unlucky. It's still in. It's Connolly going for it, but it's McNally who comes away for Kildare. Just to let you know, we will be staying on at the end for the cup presentation. So stay with us on the stream. We're not long to go in the game now. As another couple of subs come on. One for each team. 18 for Dublin is coming on. That is Olivia Hanley from Clonagale, Fontenoy. 25 for Kildare. That's Emily Gallagher from Naas. Hannah Merrick coming off for Kildare. And the Dublin sub is Connolly. So I think nearly all my contenders for player of the match have been replaced in the second half. They've done their job. Less than 3 to go. Roisin Boyce-Macklem says, watching from London, delighted to be able to watch the match. And she says Charlie Murphy, player of the match. Yeah, she had a super game, but I don't know if he can go past the 3 goals scored by Molly Burke, the number 10. Certainly all over the field, general play, you could think Murphy. But there's not many players score 3 goals in a Leinster minor final. Kildare battling to the end, getting another score. You could say all the goals were put on a plate for her, but she still had to finish them, and the finishing was exemplary. Emma Earls, or no, the other number 7, Kiva O'Donovan, sorry. She had a great first half. For Dublin, Katie Hayes, number 2, doing her job. They've all done their individual job and their job for the team. Very mature performance. Kildare get it back. And Almeida with the foul. Not surprisingly, a bit of treatment for cramp. It's been a tough afternoon for all of the players. Brendan Galvin says Molly Burke, player of the match, scoring and providing. And he's not biased at all. Another sub being lined up, and this time for Dublin, 24. Good to see a lot of players getting a run, and it's Roisin Kirby from the St. Bridget's Club. It's Hannah Murphy who was down, but she is a tough cookie. She'll keep going. Sun is back out again, strongly, and in the faces of the Kildare players as they try to go forward. They get it to Hines. No way through. Again, a shield around the goals, forcing the attack from distance. And what a block again from Hannah Murphy. And the kick, how many times have we seen it drop short or drop wide in the second half? Pressure on the ball from Dublin all over. Very hard to go past Hannah Murphy for player of the match as well, you know. She's on the ball now. We are in added time. It's an 8-point game. Charlie Murphy from Ballyboden, St. Enda's. And look, she just waited. She was offered, you could say, an opportunity to play it into the corner, but thought, no, that's a 50-50 ball. I'm not going to do that, and just held it up and got her free. Number 2 for Dublin comes off. That's Katie Hayes from Coola. And 24 goes on, and that's Roisin Kirby from St. Bridget's. This doesn't happen overnight. These players have been really well coached, not just this year, but in previous years. Under 16 champions last year and under 18A champions this year with a lot of the same players. And it's a big panel effort. In fact, I was told before the game they had additional panel members to the programme. Big squad, and all able to come in and do a job. Mary Carty says, great to be able to watch this game, and well done to the young Dubs. The future looks bright for ladies football. Burke seals the deal with another point. 23-14, 4-11 plays 14. In any language, a dominant performance by the Dubs from start to finish. The first score after 13 seconds and the last one possibly in the 62nd minute. We're now into the 63rd minute. Hines for Kildare to Erhue. That midfield partnership for them has worked incredibly hard in this game, and it's been a hard game for them, and Erhue still going forward to see if she can get near goal, but she's been tracked by Almeida, the substitute, and inevitably it seems to just break down and they come away, and inevitably of course it's Hannah Murphy who did the work, and now it's the sub, it's Roisin Kirby. Kildare looking deflated, understandably. And who's coming over to take it? Only Hannah Murphy. No relation to Charlie, but the two Murphys have been outstanding today. Murphy's Law for Dublin. Oh, great ball in as well. Great movement. And it's the number 17, Rebecca McAvoy, who got through. And she might even have a goal here right at the end. Point will do. That's what I was saying about the subs who can come in and do a job. It's a squad effort, a panel effort, and an impressive effort. Still we go on, 64th minute. Oh, it's broken down, and Dublin have a chance now to finish the job. Late in the game. Will they go for the jugular, or will they just take their point? Oh, over the bar. I think that was 19, which would be... No, it wasn't 19. Not sure actually what the number was. Got it. Over on the far side. Was it Burke again, maybe, with the left foot? I'm not quite sure. But anyway, another point for the Dubs. 25-14, they've stretched it out to an 11-point game again. And they keep winning this ball and applying the pressure. A strong finish from the Dubs. They're going to win the 2025 Leinster A Championship. And that's a wide. 65th minute of the game. All over bar the shouting. Smiles already on the Dublin sideline. They know the job is done. And Dublin have won the Leinster Minor A Championship for the first time in 6 years. It was 2019 when they last won it. But this team looks to be a special team. Under 16 champions last year. They've come through. They've won all the way up, and they've won today. And they've won in style. Very, very impressive. The future is bright for the Dubs on this showing. Brilliant performance. 3 goals in the first half by Molly Burke and 1 from the captain Charlie Murphy. But a dominant performance all over the field by the 15 that started and all of the subs who came in. They won it in the first half with all of those goals coming in that half of the game. Absolutely fantastic performance. Well deserved. And Kildare, their dreams of 4 in a row are ended by the Dubs, but they can have no complaints or arguments at all because it was a superb display with 5 girls starting who are 16 years old. I thought at the start when I saw that maybe the physicality might be an issue because they're younger girls, but that is not how it transpired at all. Dubs got through with a point after 13 seconds and kept up the pressure all the way through. Lethal finishing and every player winning their job all over the field. Just checking on your live chat on the Facebook and YouTube to see if there are any comments or suggestions for player of the match. It's a tough one, but Dublin certainly have a lot of contenders. They won't mind who gets it, but Hannah Murphy to me at number 6, Charlie Murphy the captain at 12, and Molly Burke, the 3-goal hat-trick hero from the first half, number 10. The 16-year-old from St. Bridget's. To me, they're the main contenders, but could go to any of them or could even go to 1 or 2 others because there were super performances all over the field. A few players who went off in the second half, but still did their job. Gemma Connolly was exceptional. Zara Flood had a terrific game. Ellie Reen was good too. And of course, Leila Tully and Sophie McDonnell in the middle of the field. But everyone, as I say, did their job. It's not about individual awards, really. The Dubs celebrating. It's definitely a day for the light blues here in Baltinglass in the sunshine. The managers going over to celebrate with them. They've done a great job over the years coaching this team. The photograph's been taken and another 1 or 2 waiting to be taken when they get the cup, of course. So that will happen in the next few minutes. I see the Leinster chairperson there. That is Arthur Corrigan coming over. The cup is at the side. So they will be coming over to here and we'll stay on to get the presentation of the cup. So stay with us if you can. And we'll get a few interviews as well afterwards, and we will be putting them up on the Leinster LGFA socials. Now the players, I think, are about to be encouraged to come over, I would imagine, or maybe they're just getting the PA system set up for Arthur, the president. Yeah, they're trying to get it set up, and then any minute now, and you see our camera there right in amongst the players, trying to get a few shots of them close up. They're celebrating, and why not? Smiles all round for the Dubs, champions for the first time in this decade. And you would tend to think the Dubs, sure, they've got to be strong, they've got to be always winning, but not always the case at all. And now they come over to take the applause from their supporters behind the fence, and deserved it is too. And there's our low camera getting some shots of the Dubs in the lovely sunshine here in Baltinglass, County Wicklow, as we get ready for the speeches. And we have a flag there as well. There it is. Big squad for Dublin, and from clubs all over the county. And great to see the midfielder Leela Tully from Round Towers in Lusk representing them as well. Not one of the biggest clubs, but great to see that a player can come from that club and do so well for the county. That's the setting. And now I think I can hear the tannoy being prepared. I don't know if you're going to be able to pick it up on the stream.
Testing. Still testing.
Oh, we're getting a little bit of echo on it. So we're trying to sort that out. It's just becoming a little bit darker. The sun has just come out. They're trying their best. This could be fun. I think you can pick that up, so we'll let Arthur go.
I just want to welcome you all here for Leinster Minor Final. On behalf of Leinster Council, it's my honour to be here to present this trophy today. But before we present the trophies, we have one other award, which is for our player of the match. And I have to say, on both sides, well done to you both. You gave us plenty of contenders throughout. But our player of the match is Dublin number 12, Molly Pick.
Molly, look at me.
You couldn't go past a hat-trick hero. 16 years old from St. Bridget's. A hat-trick in the first half that set the foundation for the win. What a player, what a finisher. Lethal.
First of all, I'd like to thank Baltinglass for hosting today's final. We're delighted that they could host it, and I look forward to working with them throughout the season as well. Also, there's an endless number of volunteers who make games like this happen throughout the province, and all the minor championships that have been played so far and still to be played. Without their time, dedication, and everything, we wouldn't have our games. Volunteers are not just people standing on games, people in your clubs, anyone that encourages anyone to play games so far. So a huge thank you to each and every one of them.
Sun is out again, as you can see. Just making it a bit trickier for our cameras.
Leinster Council as well, because to arrange all the referees and pitches and venues and everything else all takes time, takes effort, and even to produce the programs as well. And again, thanks to them as well. Kildare, in a lonely spot maybe just at the moment, but let me tell you this, don't let this match be your defining match in your career in ladies football. You're young enough to bounce back from this, you'll learn from it, and you'll have plenty more opportunities to put that famous jersey back on you. Minor, under 20s, or senior. You're well capable of going all the way. So keep working at it, and well done. Dublin, that's the minor champions. Congratulations. It's been a while since you made the final, and to win it again, it's good to see you back. You deserve to be back. You're a fantastic team. You've great support. You've great people working with you throughout the years as well. But also, girls, don't let this define your season or how you go on in your own career as well. I also want to wish you the very best of luck in the Zoo Car All-Ireland Series later on in the year. So well done to you. Last not least, to your captain, just call him, come receive your trophy. Last Saturday, we actually did the launch for Captain's Night, and I don't think you really want to put your hands on the trophy before today, because you said to me, I'll be coming to take it off here on Monday. Well done,
First, I want to thank all the parents for supporting you at every match, and the games wouldn't be the same without you, so big cheer for all the parents. I then want to thank all the match officials. You have been great, and again, the games wouldn't be games without you, so fair play, thanks very much. I then want to thank Kildare. You are great. We've always came up against us and you didn't give up from start to finish, so good luck to her in the future, but yeah, well done. I want to thank the management, Matt and Amber, Owen, Paula, Physio, Ashley and Dia. We wouldn't be the team we are without you, so thanks very much. And then I want to thank all the girls in front of me. It's been 8 years coming and we really deserve this, and yeah, I wouldn't be the captain without you, so yeah, fair play. Sorry. 3 cheers. So 3 cheers for Kildare.
Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip!
Well, there you have it. 2 camera coverage of the celebrations as Dublin win for the first time in 6 years. The Leinster 2025 A minor champions. The photographs been taken and the players all spilling onto the ground. So they'll do that one again, but they won't mind in the sunshine here in Baltinglass. They have had a day to remember, and it might just be the start of the journey for this pretty special Dublin team. Not just winning, but winning in a lot of style as well. Congratulations to Dublin, commiserations to Kildare, and well done to the captain Charlie Murphy and to the player of the match as well, Molly Burke, with those 3 goals. Never mind Molly Malone. Dublin have a new idol. It's Molly Burke from St. Bridget's. That's about it from our... No, we'll hold on for this shot, actually. We'll try and get a little bit of the celebrations as they come over to the fence, just to finish on. They want to celebrate with their families, who, of course, have been a huge part of this. So, lovely scenes there for the Dubs. Champions for 2025. And just to remind you then, we will have live streams of the B and C finals on Saturday, and of the Leinster Senior Championship match on Sunday, Kildare against Dublin. So a lot of more free coverage for you this weekend to see all the big games live and free to view, thanks to the Leinster Ladies Gaelic Football Association. Well done to the officials, to the referee Jonathan Murphy, Barry Redmond and Lynn Kearney and Kiva McGuinness, and everyone involved there, and Joe Fox and the rest of the umpires as well. Kildare, 3 in a row, what a run they had, but Dublin have ended it, and no shame in losing to this fantastic Dublin team, who have remained unbeaten in their 3 group games and then won again today very convincingly. Under 16 champions at A level last year, under 18 this year. The future is bright for the Dubs. From us all in Baltinglass, we hope you enjoyed the coverage. It's goodbye.